also told him if we ever found it, it might be in our best interest to change the hot water heater in that building just to electric, because I'm pretty sure it's the only electric thing left in there because we don't turn the furnace on.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that that furnace hasn't been used in.
You mean it's the only gas thing that's still in there?
Sorry.
Okay, okay. I figured that's what you meant.
Yeah, so at some point we probably want to look into that and address it. And there's no reason to run gas over there if you can just put an electric hot water. And then that would, well, this thing to worry about.
Well, we have solar, so it makes sense.
Again, I don't think, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty certain that furnace over there hasn't been turned on in 20 years, 15 years, 20 years.
Okay.
And the heater in the high school football locker room, I believe, is electric. Everything in that's electric.
Okay.
So long term, I think that we should address it. That's all.
Sarah Bacchus.
Here.
Gary Horton is absent. Kenny Morlett's absent. Brandon Workford.
Here.
Dave Moore. Here.
We need to just go. The approval agenda.
Yeah,
Oh,
go.
I'm sorry, I didn't see that there. Sorry. Approval agenda.
Solar.
Second on favor.
Aye.
Tour of facilities.
Where do you want to start?
What do you guys want to take?
Wherever they want to take us, yeah.
Who wants to go first? Let's head to the high school. Work our way back over here.
Thank you.
Alright. So go from that to community forum. You want to talk to us?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Wow, you guys got to it pretty quick and now it's chatting.
We had a tour before, so.
Yes, yes. I'm gonna send some of these this way and some this way. Or just pass it down. Yes, well, that's because you know all about this project. So, my name is Kathy Jolly Vance, and I live in rural Morningside. I think I know most of you. You probably know me. I'm the chair of the capital campaign for the multi-purpose barn. On the front of the brochure that you're holding in the middle of the aerial photo is a barn locally known as Cattle Barn 1. It's kind of the big one. Built 72 years ago this year and deemed to be in need of a slew of repairs. So at the same time, the Sheep and Swine Committee, which take care of the two small barns that are sort of toward the bottom of the picture, those barns were put in 1907 and they were looking to upgrade, and so we had a committee meet, and that resulted in plans for a 272-foot by 80-foot barn that we anticipate will be ready about the summer of 2026. If you open the inside, you can see the footprint of that barn. Well, the footprint at the top on what would be page 3. At the top on the right-hand side is where it will go over the top of the current barns, and then kind of a design of the building in the middle of the bottom of that page. So I'm really only here to spread the news. I don't want money. I don't need anything. Although if you have money, I would take it. But here's the deal. I have calls from, well, I talked to Miss Bielek because you guys have a very strong FFA program, and you know what the FFA instructor gets? And calls from parents or old FFA people that all the barns at the fairgrounds are being torn down. And what's going to happen? And are you going to have to show in Muscatine, or are the kids going to have to show in Burlington, or what's going to happen? And so Ms. Bielek and I had a long conversation about what is going to happen, and she was very excited to be part of the new, your FFA, and of course 4-H students in the Wapello School District use this barn they will use the new barn during the fair, but also for open shows and other activities throughout the year. It'll be a multi-purpose and multi-species barn. Unless you have questions, that's all I wanted to tell you. Oh, I know Mr. Peterson is going to ask me, because he always asks me every time I see him, where are we? So on the front of this brochure is a little thing that says we're raising a match for, we got a $250,000 donation from Kent Corporation. We've raised that. So these brochures are now old, although, you know, $596,412. Yeah. So, but looking for more and writing for grants. And are there any questions from any of you? If you get a call that says, my God, I heard they're tearing down the barn that my father helped build in 1953, you can say, yes, they are, but a new barn is going up. And this is a big ag county, and the kids need to be on cutting edge, and we deserve to have, the facilities that are there have been a terrific investment. We got a barn that's been there since 1907, gotten our use out of that.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, hey, thank you. I really appreciate it. I happen to have more of those. Did anyone not get one? You have one already? Oh, you have it. So we're there enough. Did everybody get one? Okay, great. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, approval of minutes.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Approval of bills for payment.
Motion approved.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Great.
Financial report, $2,799,541.05. Questions about that?
Make motion. Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Bank reports, code is first.
All right, the parking bollards have been installed out in front of the high school, and the elementary also wants to get the parking bollards, so I've ordered those and I'm gonna get those installed once they get here. I'm gonna have to work around them digging over there, but I'm gonna do my best to get those installed and not be in their way. Obviously, the plumbing issues at the elementary, they're gonna take the sewer line up and replace it. The line has big wads of roots all the way through, and it's cracked, and it's not even lined up with the sewer in the street, so we're gonna get it done right, and hopefully that will solve all our plumbing issues. And then the fire alarm systems are up and running in both buildings. Some minor system troubles on the panels, but Massner's came and got those settled, so we should be good to go.
Questions, comments?
I said this on the way out of the high school, but just major props to you. I think everyone, I'm kind of speaking for everyone, but we're all very impressed with the work that you're doing, so thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else? Mike?
All right, my report is in front of you. A reminder that the annual Iowa Association of School Boards Convention happens in November. It's the 20th through the 22nd. The delegate assembly is November 20th. If any of you are interested in attending that, let Eric or I know, and we can take care of getting you registered and all set up for that. Ann Moore is working with Public Health to schedule our annual flu shot clinic. I haven't heard when that's going to be yet, but I'm sure it will be coming up in the next few weeks. Buildings and grounds stuff. Cody covered most of this. You took a tour of the wrestling room. We have our next walkthrough with Blaine on September 17th at 2:30. And then Cody mentioned the other things that have been going on. Shameless plug for the Community Club Blood Drive. If you have too much blood in your body and you would like to donate some, get a hold of me and I can get you an appointment. My schedule, reminder that I am in Morning Sun on Mondays and Thursdays. On October 2nd, I have my monthly superintendent meeting in Fairfield. And if you flip it over, you get the good news for the month. Compared to this time last year, we are up 17 heads, according to Power School. Caution, this is not certified enrollment, and certified enrollment is what our funding is based on. We take that count on October 1st. But this is good. To be 17 kids up from this time last year, it's a good place to be.
Questions, Mike? Brett?
All right, off and running for the start of the school year. After the first week, it always seems to be pretty warm. Things are much more tolerable this week. Hope that holds for a while now. Wrapping up all of our initial beginning of the year screeners for math and reading, so kids are getting to intervention. We're placing kids where they need help and getting them those things right away. Those things are already started. Art, I want to thank our art teachers, which is our classroom teachers. They're doing a great job. They're doing the work, and I know it's taking time away from their preps, but it's going well, and the kids are, I think, enjoying it from the things that I've seen. So thank you to them for taking the time to do it. Cheerleaders and football team members have kicked off the year with our High Five Fridays. It's kind of an annual tradition now. The kids love it and running up and giving high fives, and always good to see good mentors and representing our school in a positive way. So thank you to them. Maintenance, we talked about the stuff that's going on at the elementary with the plumbing, but other than that, everything's looking good and running well. So thank you to everybody that's put time in to help get things where they are. September is focused on respect for our Character Strong curriculum, and it's also part of our PBIS. So those lessons are happening daily, and respect is something that we talk about all year long, so definitely important. Coming up next week is homecoming, not just at the high school, that trickles down to us, and we'll enjoy our dress-up days and try to kind of be a part of the festivities. So always a fun week for everybody involved. Thank you.
Questions?
Brett did say that some of the teachers have been using, like going out of their rooms and going into the art room, using the art room, so kudos again to you guys for doing that. That's good that you're getting them up and getting them in a different room, and it probably helps you guys too, right? So.
And that is a position just that we are currently still actively seeking applicants, so.
Was there an
that will continue.
applicant? Was there an applicant?
I don't have an idea on this, unfortunately. We'll keep looking.
Any other questions?
Okay, so wonderful start to the school year. Very proud of the students for doing their best with new policies and protocols. Change is always hard, but I think students and staff are doing their best to get the school year off in a positive way. So kudos to them and everyone doing that. We've been doing fast testing this week during AAT. I'm sure Shannon will talk a little bit about that. That's kind of replacing our math testing from years prior, so that's something new for our building and our school district at our level. Shout out to my art teacher, Sam. Actually here. Sam came into the school year not knowing. She's been absolutely wonderful to help us out at the junior high level, and kind of giving her prep away. So she doesn't get breaks during the day. So that's not an easy thing to do, and takes a special person. So thank you, Sam, for that. Brett did talk about homecoming week. You know, obviously homecoming week's a big thing in the high school. Students are going to be enjoying decorating halls, games during AAT, parade's going to be on Wednesday, with coronation, powder puff, game, pep rally, and then they're going to have a dance Saturday at the Briggs Center. So that's all going to take place next week. Looking forward to getting our school spirit going with that. Last week, something that we did complete were 2 successful fire and tornado drills, 1 each, in our building with a new system. It was nice. It was very clear to understand for the students and the staff. And the PA system that is incorporated inside all of the alarms I use every morning for announcements and doing the pledge. So it's very clear and it hits all the rooms pretty well, as opposed to going through the phones. So that's something that we'll continue to use, and we're very fortunate to have. So that's what I got.
Are there preset emergency messages on?
There are.
I just want to
Yep.
make sure that there's a.
Yep.
Shannon?
Both principals touched on the fall screeners for math and reading. Again, we'll be wrapping those up here in the next week or so. The elementaries will have it. They kind of know what they're doing and can probably do it in their sleep. But the secondary, we're learning. We've had some bumps in the road getting through this first round of screeners, but I anticipate that it'll go much smoother in the winter. I will be attending the Iowa Best Summit again this year. The past 2 or 3 years it's been in Des Moines. This year they've moved it to Coralville. This is put on by the Scanlon Center through the University of Iowa. In the past we've taken the health leadership team to attend this as well, but Ashley Barton-Hagan and I will be going to represent the district. It's September 15th and 16th, so a Sunday afternoon and then all day on Monday. I am enrolled in the Letters for Administrators training, as is Mike and Brett, and I've completed day 2 of that. A lot of the concepts and skills that they're talking about in that we're covering with Care Beach in our scheduled in services, so it's kind of nice to hear those reinforcements and know that we're doing the right thing with our teachers as well. The Fall Sabres and My Sabres screening will take place September 23rd through October 4th. We'll do those again in our homerooms and our AATs. And the last thing I have, I'm continuing to look into science curriculum to bolster our science curriculum. 3-4 years ago, we bought Open SciEd for the middle school, and it's going great. This year, we purchased the physics and chemistry for our physical science and physics classes. And now we're kind of looking to get down into the elementary, going to start with 3rd through 5th grade. So we're going to start looking at that. There's 4 units or kits for each grade level, and 2 of them are released this year. So we're going to look at getting those 2 to get started, and then next year, when the next 2 are released, we'll get those as well. And then possibly looking at the 3rd high school, which is biology, to get our high school all on board as well. So it's a very thorough, in-depth curriculum that's aligned to the NGSS standards. So looking forward to getting that put in place.
Obviously, fall sports have kicked off, fall activities in general. We're in full swing at this point. I think volleyball's already played 13 times, and between tournaments and whatnot. So some of those 13, they might play 4 in one day. Football's already obviously getting week 2 going here. Homecoming week's next week. Tony already took my thunder and told you about all the homecoming stuff. But Wednesday night is Spirit Night, so if you get a chance to come out to Spirit Night, you know, they're going to have the games like they always do. The cheerleaders will be there. The moms are going to have little kids dancing. The band will be there, you know, so it'll be a good night to come out and see some of that stuff. The parade, and it's after the parade, so.
Well, the route has changed too.
Oh, I did not know that.
I
Everybody's,
heard that.
for
but
how many years, 30
Yeah.
years, it's been the same route, so just make sure that gets posted.
Oh, I better write that down.
I think she posted the last
Yeah,
one.
somebody
No,
did.
She did?
I didn't see
Okay,
it,
perfect.
sorry.
I did not know that, so that's good.
Is it longer or shorter?
Long.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. So,
As we bring up the rear of the parade.
the new scoreboard is up in the gym. You guys got to see it tonight, but anybody from the public, take a peek at it. It looks nice, very bright. And yes, I turned it down to the lowest setting. It's very bright. You'll be able to see it anywhere in the gym, I promise. The wrestling room update, you know, the next couple weeks are going to be a lot of work done there, it sounds like. So that should be hopefully wrapping up pretty soon. I heard that the latest delivery for the mats would be October 4th. It should be between the 28th and the 4th, I think is what I was told. So they're on the way. And I was told that they usually hit their dates, so they should be here shortly. Lights to the football field, obviously everybody can see work going on over there. Tomorrow morning, Master Electric and Alliant Energy will be there. They'll finish that project up and we should be good to go for Friday. So, unless somebody had any questions, that's pretty much all I got tonight.
Anything? Okay. So moving on to personnel hires.
We can do them all together except
Well,
for
yeah.
Michael's.
Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Cindy was added. Yes.
Yeah, we can do them all together except for that.
Yeah. We're gonna table a couple different
Oh, okay.
positions, so just 5 and 6, or excuse me, 6 and 7 just be tabled tonight. And then we can do 1 through 3. You wanna do those first? It's up to you guys.
I make a motion to go through 1 through 3 on the hire list.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
However you guys wanna do.
Make a motion to hire Michael Horton as head baseball coach.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Alright, let's get to 5 and then the rest.
I make a motion to approve 5 through 6 through whatever. 12.
Which one we're skipping?
6 and 7.
6 and 7.
So 5,
Five.
8 through 14.
Mhm.
Second.
You need to say the motions.
She did.
I did a motion.
I said it, you can say it.
Okay, I make a motion to number 5 and then 8 through 14.
There you go.
Whatever.
Motion second. all in
There we
favor?
go.
Fine.
Okay. All done.
I couldn't count the first
They're
one.
fine. Roman numerals and stuff.
The Roman numerals. Happy every time.
All right, no resignations, moving on to new business. First one, what's the fundraisers there?
Several of them. You got Palm Squad doing the mini camp, high school PBS doing parking spots, junior high student council concessions at the fall craft show. Elementary POAS, this is their ongoing fundraiser, tattoos, necklaces, hat days, Easter eggs. Volleyball is doing pink out shirts, senior class is doing a pie in the face fundraiser. FFA is getting their fruit, meat, and cheese sales approved, as well as the pro rodeo for next summer. And baseball is doing a pork loin supper on senior night.
Motion that we approve all of those.
Good to know, right?
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye. Yeah.
Review consideration to approve board policies.
All right, you're looking at the 802 series, part of our regular rotation. Our language is all up to date. I don't have any recommended changes. I'll answer any questions if you have.
Make a motion to approve 802.1 through
7. Motion's agreed on the back.
Motion's second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, consideration approved purchase of batting cage. So, Kathy, you want to talk about that?
Yep, spent a lot of time researching some batting cages. Right now we have a batting cage that's kind of left over from the last 2 or 3. They've been blown down in storms. We're a little bit more open than the baseball side over there. So spent a lot of time researching. Every time we went to a tournament, to a game, we talked to the other coaches, the districts, what works, what doesn't work. A lot of times they'll say, yeah, we purchased this. It started out great. Within 2 or 3 years, they're having to replace part of it. Spent some time in Muscatine. Obviously, they spent a lot of money on their complex. What we're looking at purchasing is similar to that style. It's a professional, full-blown, heavy-duty steel. That's what we're looking at. We've been saving for 3 years for it. The boosters also decided to go in on it and help us out with that. So the cost is a little over $15,000. You got the information there in front of you. So if there's any other questions.
Thanks for doing all the legwork.
Yeah. No problem. Did they come down and install it, or?
No, it'll be us. We've got a group of dirt dads. I've been in contact with Holmes. He's gonna help us with some of the concrete and the footings. It's a pretty big project. So we're still finalizing all that. But I don't have any issue. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be fine. So.
Did you say where it was going at? Are you gonna put it in the same general area, or?
If we need to, we can. Yeah, no, that's fine. Right now, we were gonna go to the west side near the, right up next to the parking lot. I would prefer it a little bit closer to our dugout versus out in the outfield where the fans are.
Yeah.
That way, when the varsity's warming up for their games, when we have to warm a pitcher up quick, I can send them out there. So that's the idea, kind of keep them a little bit closer to us.
Makes sense.
So obviously we'll have to do locates, we'll have to find out if that's okay. I know there's some other future plans maybe.
Brown's like,
No more wires.
Brown is not allowed to touch a thing.
Yeah, so if we don't get it where we're proposing it, then we'll put it back towards where the current one is. Yep.
Speaking of locations, do I get a vote?
Did you do all the locates out there, or is that why things are messed up?
oh, silence, not silence.
Where would you like it located? Not say it.
Somewhere where we can find the wires.
Do we need to make a motion on this? I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of the batting cages, the batting cage.
I'll second. Motion second, all in favor? Aye. All right. Thank you for putting that together. It's well needed.
Jack did a lot of work. So as a booster, and Beth can attest to this too. So he came to our meetings. He was very thorough. He put in a lot of work. We appreciate that. Yeah, a ton.
The girls did a great job fundraising, I thought too. The amount was way up there.
Yep, they've done well the last 3 years.
We had a lot.
They worked hard.
Like 1,000 cookies.
Thank you.
Yep. Mike, this is probably you, electrical work down there.
Yeah, I just want to give you an update on that. I have contacted 5 different electrical engineering firms. I'm trying to persuade one of them to be willing to come and take a look at our system, design some specs for us so that we can send something out to bid. Remember that our goal is to look at potentially installing AC and just increasing power capacity to all of the rooms, bring them into the 21st century power needs. So I've contacted 5. I will let you know as things progress.
That's just info.
Yeah, just info.
All right, next thing's info as well. 4-day school week committee's gonna put a presentation on just for us.
Yep, Sam and Dolores have agreed to represent the committee, and this is the exact same presentation that was given to the community last spring. We thought it would be a good idea for the board as a whole just to see it again, bring it back up into mind. And then after that, we're going to talk about potentially scheduling some listening sessions. So I'm going to turn it over to you two.
Yeah. Feel that for the people who are
Turn around.
Yeah. It was preemie.
I think a lot of people that tonight were at our community meeting. This is pretty much the same slideshow that we're going to be showing you. These are the members on our committee.
I should take Steve's name off and put
Probably,
Tony's on, but you
yeah,
know that's.
probably. That will be updated.
We don't want you to feel left out, Tony.
Yeah.
I think he keeps Steve.
Questions were asked about why we didn't have parent representation or community representation. At the time that we started this, we were just talking. Nothing, no decision is being made by this committee. We don't have that power. The decision is being made by the school board. So we were just information gatherers. That is all we were. So that's why.
So these are districts that, not this year, but last school year, that were operating on 4-day week. Are Knoll, Morgan Trail, I don't even know if I said that right, Moultrie-Dell? Sure.
Yep.
Murray, Waco.
And then this school year, these are the districts that joined in. Closest one to us would be Winfield, Mount Union, Highlands.
Kyoto's in our AE as well.
Oh, is it? Okay.
These are ones that are considering converting to 4-day. We are on that list, obviously, New London and Iowa Falls are as well.
And there could be more, but these are
Yeah.
just the ones
The
that
ones we know of.
Yep.
we were aware of.
And Columbus Junction voted a no. A lot of their pushback was from Tyson. A lot of their families work at Tyson, and they did not want a 4-day school week. Lone Tree, I'm not sure their reasoning for voting no, and then you can see the other ones that tabled it for now.
So we had discussed potential benefits, like what are the positives of going to a 4-day. Teacher retention and recruitment was mentioned, teacher and student effectiveness, increased family time, decreased absences. I don't necessarily see like mental health benefits, but that was one thing that there was a lot of statistics that showed positive benefits on the mental health of the students and the staff.
Drawbacks to this, some students, school is their safe place. I would have been one of those kids back in the day. Some students have food insecurities, however, we have our food that goes home on Fridays with students. Childcare issue, when we spoke with other districts that have been doing this, childcare was a concern for all, but once it got going, parents figured it out. And then not preparing the kids for the real world was another, a lot of comments about that. But if we look at today's world, the real world jobs look a lot different. So if you're a nurse, you could work 3 12-hour days and have 4 days off. My husband's business works 4 days a week. Master Electric works 4 days a week. So the real world has changed a little bit from that.
We're mocking you, Dave.
I know it.
So they did a survey to staff. All the surveys were done anonymously. I think from this point on, if we do any more surveys, we're gonna kind of not do it anonymously. But 74.3% said yes, they would be in favor. Just if they had to vote when this survey, if they had to choose when the survey was given. 74.3% said yes. We had 15.7% say no, and then about 10% that did not have an opinion at that time.
These were student responses. What grades was it at the elementary? We didn't do elementary, we did 6, 11, right?
Yes.
6, 11. So 6th graders to 11th graders. Again, these were anonymous surveys. As you can see, children 6 through 11 are big fans of this.
And then this was parent guardian survey responses, which again were also anonymous. But at this time, those that filled it out, and was this digital and paper?
Yes.
And then this is the combined.
These are the combined
Okay.
results.
And so then 58.6% said yes, 39.1% said no, and a small portion undecided.
I want to make one comment about the surveys.
Yeah.
It was asked in one of our community meetings, did staff who have children vote on both surveys? We don't know because it was anonymous. So that's why in the future, if we do any more surveys, if they cannot be anonymous, we need to make sure we can separate that information so we're more informed.
Anything else you want to add up to that? Okay.
So what would it look like? This is a purely mock, not being implemented at any time in the near or far future. Just kind of, we looked at calendars from Winfield, Waco, was it Cardinal, possibly calendars, and we just kind of built off those. The majority of our committee thought if we were to choose it, well, we chose. If we do this, we would choose Mondays. The reason for that is most holidays are on a Monday. So if we said we're gonna have Fridays off, well, holidays on Monday, we're gonna be in school on Friday. So that's why this calendar has Mondays. There are many different things that you could do with a 4-day calendar. You could front load it, which is what I believe Winfield has done this year. And then it would be, I can't read it because it's so small, but basically if it's red, there's no school for students and staff. If it's blue, that's the staff in service days. So
Switch to
other way. I can't.
That's okay.
So okay, you can see it better. So staff would still have 2 in-service days. The kids would have all of those Mondays, unless it's what is the green? Oh, that's a holiday. That's good too. Okay. Purely informational, not a calendar we are presenting to anybody to use.
That would get rid of Wednesday early outs, right?
Yes.
Correct.
There would be no Wednesday early outs.
I think, I don't remember the numbers, but we looked at like how many Mondays we actually get off from holidays, so it's not a huge shift necessarily. Yeah, I thought it was 7.
7, I believe, holidays on Mondays. And what was, I just lost it. It's been a long day in kindergarten. Long day in kindergarten. It'll come to me later. That's all I got.
Okay. Yep, and that takes you through the presentation. Like I said, it's the exact same thing that was presented in the spring. Dave, I don't know if you had a chance to come to either of those sessions, so this might be the first time you saw it. I think everybody else had a chance to attend at least one. So we just wanted the board as a whole to hear it so that everybody had a chance.
This information is all on the website now.
Correct.
There's a page dedicated to this. It's got everything you just saw plus a little more information on there. So
Was that put on today?
no, it's been up there for a couple weeks.
Yeah. We've put the research articles, all of the materials that we have gathered are all under the same button, for lack of a better.
And I think you can get there right off the homepage.
One stop shop, yeah. Okay.
So that was, information on the website is gonna be anything that any of the members or anybody sent us. It's just all thrown out there to make your own opinion on the matter.
Thank you to you two for doing this. Appreciate that. No, this one.
Okay, kind of the next step of this is to listen to the community and have listening sessions where we would be here during an open meeting for concerns, for positives, anything you want to talk about on it. The common misconception right now is that there's been a decision made, and I promise you that it's complete opposite of the truth for this, but we want to hear it. This is the most people I've ever seen in here. So I'd like to set up these sessions and have everybody come back, positive, negative.
And chances are we'd hold them in the auditorium.
You have to.
And it would be a listening session, which means, the board would be sitting in a meeting and they would listen. It's not necessarily a conversation back and forth, it's just the chance to listen.
Would it be a possibility to have, like Sarah mentioned, this spring, childcare available too, and have multiple sessions, so people that work different shifts, like should extend to catch as many.
Oh, when we have those listening
Yeah.
sessions, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
And not on Wednesday.
So,
Yeah, we're not busy or not.
yeah, so let's take a look at our calendars and see when within the next couple of weeks we could schedule the first one of these.
Not likely.
Yeah, we want to keep away from Wednesdays then as a whole.
If we can.
If we can, yeah, it's.
Next week is out, don't schedule it during homecoming, please.
I mean, Thursday night you got junior high football, Monday night you got JV football.
Monday night's usually junior high volleyball, Tuesday's high school volleyball, Thursday high school volleyball.
Well, that's why we said if we can.
Wednesday's church night.
Wednesday's church night.
Yeah, we need to accommodate a little bit of everything.
I think we need to have more than one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think if this first time we do it on a Wednesday, then maybe we try to get in between the seasons of sports and we do it on a different night, because it does take.
And if
things
we
out.
are gonna accommodate, other shifts, like that can help too, right?
I just think, because there are families that we need to respect that.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, if we schedule one on a Wednesday, but make sure we avoid Wednesday on the next one, I think, I see that as a doable.
So October 1st is perfect. There's an away volleyball game and that's it.
What day?
October 1st, there's an away volleyball game, but it's, yeah, so I mean, but you're gonna also do a Wednesday night, so you're gonna have to kind of balance.
Okay, so it's
Let's do the first one on that night.
Tuesday. Tuesday, October 1st.
For the, okay,
For the first one.
for the first one. What time would you like to hold it?
Andy.
6 or later. 6 or later.
6 or 7, you guys gotta tell us what works best.
I would say the later the possible, so if people are commuting home, they have more time to.
7.
7.
Yeah.
Okay?
Nobody's bedtime, is it?
Getting close.
You put those on the calendar.
So,
7 o'clock.
October 1st, 7 o'clock in the auditorium. Look for childcare. Okay. Do you want to schedule a second one? Do you want to wait and do that at a later time?
Do this first one first and see
It's
where we're
fine.
at.
And they will have to look in between.
Yeah, there will be multiple, but you
Yeah.
need to take a look. I mean, Brandon's pretty good with the schedule, you kind of know, but at the same point.
Yeah, I mean, there's some things I can't predict for the most,
Okay.
for the most part.
Sorry,
For the most part.
Okay.
What is the first, is that Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, 7 o'clock. What's the motion for that?
I make a motion for the listening session for 4 days, to be Tuesday, October 1st at 7 o'clock.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, items for next board meeting agenda.
All right, there are a couple things I know that will be there. We'll have the FFA Rodeo financial report in October. Kelsey would also like to have reps from the student council come and talk to the board a couple times a year. She'd like October to be the first time that happens, so you can expect that. Is there anything else you would like to make sure appears?
Shannon, do you want to get us on the calendar to get
Yeah.
to schools at least 2
Yeah.
times? Okay,
Yeah, I was thinking like second quarter for the first one, so
perfect.
that would be, I mean,
Okay.
and I don't know if that needs to be.
I don't know.
No, it doesn't
I
need
can
to do
just-
that, but let's just make sure.
Yeah,
we do
we can start getting that lined up for sure.
Anything else?
We'll have regular updates on the resting room.
Yep.
The sewer and electrical stuff goes on anyway, so.
Okay, well, if you think of anything, just shoot them our way.
Consideration to set date for the next meeting.
October 9th would be your second Wednesday.
Conflicts.
There is nothing on the calendar.
I would just need something for you to, like, no,
I don't think so, sir.
nothing earlier than that. I have a meeting after school and it will last a lot, so.
So we go back to regular, what's our regular?
Yeah, I know.
6, 6:30,
Regular
like,
6
yeah.
or something.
6 is right.
Is that good then?
Ninth and sixth.
Perfect, put that one on already.
Perfect. Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any other motion?
Motion to adjourn.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Done.
Six.